I am Roland Johns. I am sim racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver the number 35, Stand Up to Cancer Ford. I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am sim racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driving the number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am sim racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am sim racing.
We are sim racing.
Check. All right, sorry about this, folks. Apparently, there was an update that ran, and it changed all my inputs. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all straightened away. Once again, I apologize for the little bit of delay there, but these guys are finishing up finishing up practice right now, and then we're going to get them over to qualifying, and then we'll have heat races after that. So just bear with me. Once again, I apologize for the safety inconvenience. All right, that looks about right. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stand Up to Cancer Benefit Series hosted by Wes Fuller. Once again, I'd like to thank him for that. And then also tonight we're going to be racing at Knoxville. We're going to be doing 50 laps. But before we even get to that, we're going to have a qualifying run and then also 2 heat races. But depending on the field size, it might go down to 1 heat race. Everyone from the heat will make it into the feature. And once again, at the feature, 50 laps to the finish. Let's go ahead and bring in Wes Fuller and talk to him a little bit about the series and give him a little time to do a quick shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, Wes Fuller in the booth. How you doing, Wes?
Pretty good. How's it going, buddy?
A bunch of hiccups today. Apparently, some updates changed all my audio settings, so I think I got them all squared away.
Well, I got you. Yeah, those kind of kill somebody on that.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was iRacing for that one. I know I updated my my OBS, my broadcasting service, and I think it just wiped out all my presets. So, oh well, it happens. But why don't you tell us a little bit about tonight's race, and then I know you wanted to make a little shout out tonight too.
So tonight we are obviously at Knoxville in the limited late models. Basically this is a benefiting Stand Up to Cancer race. I am a cancer survivor, and we also lost my sister to cancer. So fighting the horrible disease is like a really top priority of mine. Basically, me and Stand Up to Cancer teamed up and called Stream Team, and we're trying to raise money. And so far, I've raised over $700 for them, and hopefully, we just keep going up from there.
I think we can, man.
And also tonight, my cousin is racing with me for the first time. We've never met in person and everything, so it's pretty cool. I get to hang out with him and all that. He just got iRacing, and he's fast. So
now, does your cousin? I know you used to race in real life. Does your cousin also race too?
Yes, he does. Yeah, I think he races a B mod in Illinois.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to your cousin to jumping into iRacing. welcome to the money pit. I'm just kidding.
Right?
No, honestly, iRacing is a lot of fun, and for anyone that's into racing or into just learning how to race or drive, honestly, it's a lot of fun and great place to practice, and definitely very affordable.
Yes, it is.
Well, it looks like you guys are going to be going to qualifying right now, so I'll go ahead and let you guys hit up qualifying. If you guys finish, or if everyone finishes qualifying, go ahead and advance the session. I'm totally ready for that. So,
Right. I'm trying to let somebody in here.
oh, got
We're
it.
gonna see how that goes. So I probably won't advance it.
No problem. All right, man. Well, best of luck to you out there, and hopefully you guys have a good race.
Man. All right, man. Sounds good. We'll see you in a little while.
Awesome. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the number 35, Wes Fuller, and it looks like everyone's hitting the track right now. We are going to be doing an open qualifying session, so let's go ahead and jump to some of the drivers out there so you guys can get a little bit of a first-person view of what's going to be happening out on the track. So this is going to be the number 22, Alan Dobbs. Looks like he's also running a Benefit to Stand Up Cancer paint scheme. Good to see that out there. Alan throwing down some pretty fast laps. Alan's raced with the Core Series quite a while. He also races DXR. Very, very consistent and fast driver, so definitely someone you want to keep your eye on out in the track. Knoxville's a lot of fun for iRacing. This is kind of a flat track. There is a berm on the inside, so you have to be careful of that front tire. But in the beginning or early portions of the race, I think these guys are going to find some speed on the inside. You can get your left front tire up on the berm a little bit and kind of ride it down. As long as you don't go over, you're pretty fast. It puts a lot of pressure on your rear tires and allows you to kind of push around the corner. But when we start getting to the late race, we're going to start seeing these guys actually run the outside. So you're going to see them kind of Dalton's still on the inside, like mid-low line. But the outside, right on the cushion, is where you're actually going to find a lot of your grip. And these guys will be able to carry it about 85 to 88 miles per hour around that corner. And on their entrances, they're doing about 100 miles an hour. So right before they hit the turn, it's really hauling the mill into the corner. So you're going to see right now, this outside line is they're going to find some speed towards the late end of the race, but that cushion is deadly if it's not rubbered in, so you'll definitely spin out. All right, so looking at some of the drivers, we have David Castelli out there. And so far, our lap times for qualifying looks like David Castelli is running in third right now. So Alan Dobbs with the fastest time with a 20.267. Jacob Franklin, who is Wes Fuller's cousin, running a 20.278. And David Castelli running a 20.373. Looks like Dalton Drummond's with a it looks like a 20.409, and then Chris Nero with the 22.009. Still waiting on Dylan McDonald and Wes Fuller to run their laps. That's pretty much as good as I was running. I was test driving this before I got into the booth, and I was running about 21.5s to 23, depending on the round. So it's looks like some of these guys found a little extra speed out there. All right, before we get going, I'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors for tonight. That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Once again, if anyone is looking to donate to Stand Up to Cancer, I believe Wes Fuller's link is in the description. If it does not work, please send me a message or comment there, and I will post his link in the description. All proceeds go to Stand Up to Cancer, and we much appreciate it. Looks like Dalton Drummond's having some issues with the wall. Wes Fuller out on the track. Let's go ahead and ride along with him and see what he does for his lap times. So give you guys what it actually looks like for him. This is his cockpit view. Looks like Wes Fuller threw down a 20.431, taking first place away from Alan Dobbs. There we go. Wes Fuller has the pole. And it looks like Dylan McDonald is going to be sitting in the rear on this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love dirt track racing. I'm fairly new to racing. I've been into it for about 2 years, and honestly, this has been my favorite so far. It's been dirt track, and I don't know what it is, but these late models, sprint cars, everything that you can take out on the track on the dirt, it's a blast. These guys get a bump and bang. They get to, you know, throw slide jobs. The amount of speed they get to carry through the corners, it's something else. And honestly, I appreciate Wes for reaching out to me for letting me broadcast this. This is a blast. We've had a pretty good, I think, series for this season, and I think his next series is going to be a little bit better. So definitely can't wait to see what happens out there on the track. 4 minutes left on the time. All right, just looks like we're waiting on Dylan McDonald to finish his laps. This has been a fun track. I got about 45 minutes to an hour of practice beforehand, and I think we're going to see a really good race. With this track being flat and a little bit wide, it allows for some pretty interesting racing lines. It does tighten up on the outside if you do run that cushion, but on that inside berm, you can throw some slide jobs on some people. So if they can't rotate themselves enough to get into that little berm, you can definitely slide into the inside and really overtake some people. You can honestly surprise them. I had a couple guys come up behind me and surprise me. They were taking the inside line, and I was driving the outside, just kind of running laps, trying to figure it out. And then, like, instantly to your left, boom, guy there takes the inside line and then shoots out in front of you. So definitely in the beginning of the race, we're going to see a lot of guys probably riding that inside line, and then, like I said, towards the end of the race, or as we blue groove in, we're going to see that outside line take more effect and probably develop into at least 2 to 3 line racing, as some people will go on the inside, some people can drive that midline, playing a little bit of defense, and then some guys trying to really haul the mill and run the outside. All right, looks like everyone is qualified. So lined up right now, we have Wes Fuller in first, Alan Dobbs in second, Jacob Franklin in third, Dylan McDonald in fourth, David Costelli in fifth, Dalton Drummonds in sixth, and Chris Newer in seventh. Right, just counting it down. If you guys want to go ahead and take a quick break, go grab some snacks, get some popcorn, hot dogs, some beverages, whatever you want to do, now's the time, because after this we're going to be back-to-back racing, and it's going to go by real fast. So get ready to sit down and enjoy some dirt track racing out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 10 seconds before the heat races start. Pace car coming out of nowhere, dropping onto the track. right, let's wait for these guys to grid up. All right, once again, if you're looking for some drivers out in the field, we're going to have our Stand Up to Cancer number 22. That's going to be Alan Dobbs, Jacob Franklin running in the number 8. Looks like JR on the front. We have Dylan McDonald in that Bush paint scheme. David Castelli in that looks like Stand Up to Cancer pink ribbon, so breast cancer. Chris Newer is going to be running in the classic 04 iRacing paint scheme. And then Wes Fuller in the black and orange Stand Up to Cancer number 35. And then Dalton Drummond, you're going to see the number 48 out there in that Reese paint scheme. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Alan, looks like Alan Dobbs is going to be racing on the outside. On the inside, Wes Fuller. All right, pace car is on its last lap before we get the green flag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pace car's away, green flag up in the air. And we are green, green, green with 12 laps to go at the first heat. Wes Fuller takes a great launch in the beginning, followed by Alan Dobbs and Jacob Franklin. And looks like Dylan McDonald also looking for a run on him. Going into turn 3 and 4, Alan Dobbs driving that midline. Dylan McDonald looking to the inside. Alan drops down on the inside and blocks him. Wes Fuller still with a great lead up in front. Oh, looks like the number 8 gets sideways. And the caution is out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump over to a quick critical hit bachelor's caution report. All right, here we go. Coming into turn 1 and 2. Looks like Jacob Franklin sends it in, over-rotates on the cushion. Oh, and the 48 has nowhere to go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit bachelor's caution report. All right, back to the lineup up in front. Wes Fuller still leading strong. Alan Dobbs falling behind him. Dylan McDonald, David Castelli, Dalton Drummond, Chris Newer, and Jacob Franklin. 7 drivers out on the track and 7 drivers still holding strong. Now, looks like Alan Dobbs and Dylan McDonald need to queue up on Wes Fuller's start there. His green flag run, he was on that pedal real fast, so definitely a little bit of lag time for those guys. They need to get up on that pedal a little bit faster and see if they can catch up to him on that restart. So far, a great run by all the drivers. Looks like Franklin's in the pits. I think he towed when he didn't need to. So for anyone out there that's new to iRacing, you can actually have your car towed off the track. If you do that, it takes about 2 minutes. So you have a 2-minute penalty when you get towed into the pits. You have to sit out those 2 minutes, and then you're back out on the track. So kind of like the time it would take you to get towed off the track, get back into the pits. They roughly assume it would take about 2 minutes and 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the track size. So it looks like he's going to be sitting out those 2 minutes, and he's going to be a couple laps down. But it is only a heat race, so in the future, hopefully someone lets him know that, hey, You can keep driving and drive yourself in the pits, but it happens. Pace car is off. Cue the music. Raise that green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we are green, 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 with Wes Fuller up in front, Dylan McDonald on the outside next to, Dylan McDonald on the inside, Alan Dobbs on the outside as they exit turn 2. Ooh, Alan drops to the inside, coming down the back straight. Wes Fuller still in the lead. Dylan McDonald trying to reel him back in. Alan Dobbs looking for his groove, but Dalton Drummond's looking for a pass on him. Side by side, Alan Dobbs, Dalton Drummond's driving the inside line, looks nice and clean. Looking for a fast exit, but nowhere to be found. Ooh, gets up on that berm just a little too much. But battle on the front. Wes Fuller trying to run away from Dylan McDonald as he's reeling him back in right now. Oh, and the number 5 gets into the 48 and spins him around. Oh, caution flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump over to a quick Critical Hit Bachelor's caution report. All right, here we go. On the exit of turn 4, you're going to see the number 5 get up on that berm. Oh, slides it out into the 48. 48 just burned off too much speed trying to rotate himself around that corner. And those two are out of the count. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Critical Hit Bachelor's caution report. All right, we are back live up in front. Looks like we should be dropping off 2 laps to go. It's going to be Wes Fuller, Dylan McDonald, Alan Dobbs, Chris Newer, Dalton Drummond, David Castelli, and Jacob Franklin. Looks like Jacob out in the track getting his laps back. There we go. Hopefully he's able to get out and get a couple laps back before we get that green flag, so at least he can give these guys a run for their money. That's one thing about short track racing. Never count yourself out of the run. If you can get back on the lead lap, you have a chance to catch up to those leaders and give them a pass. All right, looks like the lights are off. Jacob is probably going to be a lap down after this. That's a bummer. I'd like to see everyone on the lead lap, but hey, it happens. 2 laps to go when the green flag drops. Wes Fuller and Dylan McDonald in the lead. Alan Dobbs and Chris Newer on the second row. Dalton Drummonds and David Castelli taking up row 3. Pace car in. Green flag up in the air. And we're green to go. Wes Fuller with another great jump to the start. Dalton Drummond's trying to Dylan McDonald trying to reel him back in. Alan Dobbs running in on the inside line. 2 laps to go. Alan Dobbs finding a line behind Dylan McDonald. Dylan still looking to the inside of Wes Fuller. Can he beat him around the corner? Last lap. This is going to be a close one for these guys. Oh, Alan Dobbs catches the inside and over-rotates. That's going to open up a spot for, looks like Dalton Drummond's, but we have Wes Fuller, Dylan McDonald going around into the finish. Wes Fuller still in the lead. Dylan McDonald right behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our finishing lineup. Wes Fuller, Dylan McDonald, and Dalton Drummond's. Lucky dog. Alan Dobbs got up on that on that berm and rotated himself. Oh man, that's a bummer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 5-minute warm-up before we get into the feature event. What a good run to start. Congratulations to Wes Fuller for the first place finish. That's going to put him up on the pole. Question is, anyone going to have a little bit of comeback for Wes Fuller there? He was definitely leading those restarts and definitely leading on the run. Hopefully as the track grooves in, it'll even out the field a little bit, and maybe some of those guys that are trying to run him down will finally find their lines. It's tough. All right, let's go ahead and try and bring in Dylan McDonald and talk to him about finishing second, and what he thinks he's going to do to maybe catch up to Wes on those restarts. Ladies and gentlemen, in the booth with us is going to be Dylan McDonald. Dylan, you had a really good run for that heat race. You're sitting in second, right behind Wes. I know those two restarts were kind of a little bit bad. The first one was the first green flag was a little tough. You know, Wes really got away from you guys, but it looks like you're kind of able to close that gap. What are you going to do for this feature race to kind of close that gap a little bit more between you and Wes?
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of a two-lane track as of right now. I had the outside going and I had the inside. Wes just played good management and blocked both.
Yeah.
Just gotta stay calm and see if I can psych him out and take one lane that he's not in. But it's going to be really good. It's going to be a really good race if it comes down to it.
I think so. I think you're going to find your opportunity more towards the late race when the track, you know, pushes the groove up a little bit, and it's going to get a little tougher as these guys have to stay away from the fluff and, you know, possibly run their tires on the outside and then spin themselves or lose some speed. So you're probably going to see passing, you know, not in the first 20 laps, but probably the last 30.
Oh yeah, and obviously in the beginning of the race, there is the berm down on the inside.
Yeah,
a lot of people are going to hit that, and you know, I hit it a couple times in practice, and it really does slow you down and get you really sideways. So
yeah, as we saw with Alan there,
right.
trying to keep the speed and pulling himself up on there. You know, there's some speed we found off that berm, but you got to be really careful. It's a very thin line.
Oh yeah, very, very thin.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you out there. Good luck in the future, and go get them.
All right, thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have something to announce. I have a guest commentator tonight, Willie Evernham, in the booth. Willie, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, man. Unfortunately, I missed the race by like 3 minutes. So I'm coming up here in the booth with you, man.
Dude, more than welcome to be in the booth. Welcome. I like I said, you popped in right as I muted my mic to go pull in Dylan, so like perfect timing.
I like to make a grand entrance. What can I say?
Right. Oh, you missed it. We were talking about paintball before the race.
Man, like I said, man, I wish I would have been here half hour earlier just so I can do this. I honestly forgot about this whole situation and was doing.
It happens though, but like I said, I love having you up in the booth, man. You're a wealth of knowledge, and tonight is going to be a good race. We have a close call between, I think, Dylan McDonald, Alan Dobbs, and Wes Fuller. All three of those guys were neck and neck. And then also Wes's cousin's out racing tonight. That's going to be Jacob Franklin out on the track, and he races, I think he said B cars on a dirt track.
Oh, he races B mods?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's I mean, that's definitely some experience here. B mod is basically a IMCA UMP type modified with the same motor that these limited late models have. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, he had a tough run in the heat, but I think he, like I said, this is the first time he's driven iRacing, so there's some similarities, but you know, iRacing still has, you know, some things to be, to be changed to make it more realistic. But he definitely had some speed on him during the practice.
Yeah, I mean, iRacing is, to me, I mean, obviously I've got some real life experience myself. iRacing's a great tool, but it's nowhere near real life. So if he can close that gap between actual racing and virtual racing, well, hopefully he can get up there and race with the guys up. Maybe even beat his cousin. You never know.
I hope so. I think that'll be a great show for these guys.
Wes is dedicated to the series, and Wes is dedicated to put on a good show. I didn't even know Alan Dobbs was a dirt racer, so that's kind of surprising. So
I think he races a little bit of everything. He's in my truck league. he races everything pretty much, which is great to see.
oh yeah, I mean that's the cool part about this is the cool part about iRacing is your main like me, I'm more of a dirt racer, but you can make yourself look good on dirt, road, or dirt racing, oval racing, or dirt road racing. So you never know, man.
Yeah,
that's the good thing is you can learn a lot from different people, and Alan's definitely probably one of the best people I've raced with. So I'm excited to see how he does tonight.
No, I totally agree with you, man. I thought I'd be more of a road racer when I first started iRacing, just because that's, generally what everyone gets to race in video games and stuff like that. But I've found my home at dirt track racing, dirt track and the the Indy cars. But I honestly love dirt track. I have never enjoyed watching racing so much than watching limited late models and Lucas Oil series and just all the super late models, just the late models in general. They're so much fun. But let's get that green flag up in the air and get ready to watch some racing.
Absolutely, man. Knoxville's tough. Let's see if these guys can handle it.
Yep, Wes Fuller with a good restart, but not as much of a lead as he had before. Looks like the 48 over rotates, catches Alan Dobbs, but no wall contact there. And look at that, the 5 looking to the inside, David Castelli. It's so crazy, Willie, how much the field changes. Like, for at least for short track, I think that's why I love it so much, is you can be a great short track racer and you can still get taken up by someone that's a young gun or someone that's, new to the series. Like there's always a room for error and a room to really find some speed out there, and you can see that with some of the drivers that maybe aren't as experienced in dirt oval racing, but they definitely can throw down some fast laps.
Absolutely, and I mean, as you saw these guys racing for 3 wide for the lead here, I mean, we got 3 different lines. We got one on the bottom, one in the middle, and one up top, and these guys are within 0.2 of each other, a tenth of a second of each other. So as the track changes, I think the more laps, the more wear you put on the track, it's going to change. But like right now, this is a very racy racetrack.
Oh no, I totally agree with you right now. And when we get into that late race, like I was talking, we're going to start pushing those lines up to the outside, and we're going to see these guys, really having to walk that line on the outside where it's grooved in just right. But at the same time, if you overstep, you're going to be on that fluff and really be out of the run.
Yeah, and with these limited late models, I mean, these are only 350 cubic inch motors, so I mean, you have to keep them wound up. You have to get the momentum going. These are a very momentum-based car. Oh yeah. They don't like to be bogged down. So I mean, once the outside line gets ripped in, and these guys stop where the bottom and up top is where you're gonna. I feel like the faster laps are gonna come up top, just because they're gonna build that cushion. They're gonna build the momentum up top, and I think we're going to see some good racing tonight.
No, I totally agree with you, man. That's what I was seeing during practice was, the beginning of the race, you can really bog down your car on the inside line, and it burns your lap. But when you get towards, I would say 15, 20 laps out down on the track and it really rubbers in, you're just pretty much mashed on that pedal. You lift a little bit as you hit the corner just to get, the right amount of, follow through and not to over rotate. And boom, you're pumping out of that corner at like 88, 90 miles an hour. It's crazy how much speed you can carry through these corners right now.
I know, and 88, 90 miles an hour on a half-mile track doesn't sound fast, but when you're racing dirt cars, I mean, it feels like you are absolutely flying around here. It's a completely different feeling on dirt, and these guys they're fighting track changing conditions every lap. So I mean, yeah. You can see how guys are changing their lines. You saw Dylan McDonald up top. We got Castelli. I mean, he's searching.
Dude,
he's following Wes, and he's trying to figure out where he's faster. And that's the great thing about dirt racing is you can have the perfect setup, but if you're a driver that doesn't search for where the car is fast, you're never going to be successful. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and we just saw right there David running so close to Wes. Wes overshot his line because he tried to dive it in deep, and then David runs the inside berm just to keep his speed going through.
I mean, right now, like I said, the tackiness, the grip is right there coming off the corners right now.
Oh, yeah.
As these guys are running the low line, that's going to go away. So we're going to really see we're only 11 laps into this race or 12 laps into this race, and we're going to see who's got the car. I like Dylan searching up top. He's a little farther back. He's probably second and 3/10 back, but he's searching. He's looking for that. Where's the car going to be the best in the long run?
He's finding that speed, though. You see that, like, he's closing in on Wes Fuller right now. Just kind of foot by foot. You can see it just kind of closing in every time he takes that corner. If he doesn't make a mistake out there, he's definitely hunting him down. Like, you can see that the car links close in on him. So I think Dylan knows that he needs to kind of start prepping to run that outside line and keep the speed through. But, you got to be ready to maybe throw a quick little slide job and try and take the inside away from him.
Absolutely, and as we saw Wes going into turn 1 there, I mean, he that was the highest I've seen him enter turn 1. I think he was looking to kind of diamond the corner a little bit, go in high and come off low, and I mean, it seems to have worked. I mean, here we go again. He's higher than he's ever entered, and he's right down there on the bottom. So I think he's searching, and I mean, we still have a long way to go in this race. So it's going to be who can find the line and who's willing to put their car on the line and see what's the fastest line.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that, man. And it looks like David Castelli taking away the lead right now. Wes Fuller in tow behind him. Dylan McDonald, like he said, searching for some speed. But someone that we haven't talked about yet, Alan Dobbs, he is reeling in Dylan McDonald. So if Dylan can't catch up to Wes fast enough, we're going to start seeing some issues. Oh, lap traffic out in the field. Looks like Chris Newer getting passed by David Castelli and Wes Fuller. Oh, he's being nice. He's driving the outside line. That's great. Sportsmanship right there.
Yeah, definitely opened the door for Wes to get to Castelli.
Oh, my gosh. Alan Dobbs almost gave Chris a quick slap. You see that?
And I missed that. I'm watching this battle up front between Wes and Castelli. I mean...
Yeah. He's reeling it back in.
That little bit of lap traffic there, it opened the door for Wes, and again, here we are. Wes is down on the bottom again. This is what I enjoy about dirt racing is the guys can search. I mean, you could run the top one line or one lap and bottom the next lap. It's never ending, and you're always learning inside the car.
Yeah, and for anyone out there that's there's kind of right now, I think dirt track usually does what comp caution in the center, but I love green flag runs. I think that honestly it isn't as action packed when the field breaks out, but when it comes to lap traffic and guys having to get around other people, I think that's amazing because it really is it's a testament to how these guys can drive the track, keep the speed, and also get around some of the guys that are a little bit slower, and it really allows other drivers to catch up to them, and it's a lot of fun to see that out there.
Exactly, and if I'm a huge dirt racer or local short track dirt racer supporter, so you got to remember in real life these guys have no spotters. So this is all by the seat of your pants and what you can see. And luckily we in iRacing we have a little electronic spotter for us. But in real life these guys this is all by instinct and experience and what you can feel and what you can see. So this is pretty exciting. Again, we see Wes kind of equaling out on that gap between him and Castelli. But again, Wes is still searching to find that line. It looks like he's gaining a little bit, but Castelli's coming off the corner. And I feel like Castelli gets a little drive off the corner off of 2 and gets in better than 3. And Wes kind of loses it on the outside of 4, as we see right here.
I think you're correct about that. And one thing that's fun about oval racing, I think it's a little more accurate than most road racing, other than endurance, is it's all about hitting your marks and being consistent out in the track. Where road racing, being consistent is important, but the laps aren't really as deep as you would with oval or with endurance racing, where these guys have to, your arms are tired by the end of one of these races because you're wheeling the wheel so much.
Absolutely, you're doing everything you can to win, and the thing I like about dirt oval racing is like you're always searching for that line. I mean, you can run 10 laps the same lap, but you're always gonna lose on it. And like I like what Wes is doing. He's searching. He's on the bottom. He's on the top. He's trying to get that car to rotate better. He's trying to get that car to grip better. He's playing with the throttle. He's doing whatever he has to catch up to Castelli. And I mean, that's the challenge of it. You want a race where the driver is in control and he makes his own destiny.
Yeah, and we're definitely past that halfway point, so we're going to start seeing the track really groove in. As you guys can see, the darker patches out on the track, that's where it's rubbering in right now. And definitely the lines are changing on these guys. So, you know, Castelli's been driving a pretty similar line the whole race, and he's hitting his marks, but as you can see, he's starting to lift off that berm a little bit. He's not getting as close. So he's going to start opening up his inside for possibly Wes to throw a slide job on him if Wes, you know, gets close enough and wants to throw it.
Absolutely, and like you said, going into 3 there, you could really see the track starting to slick off, and that is challenging for these drivers because with these 350 cubic inch motors, crate motors, whatever you guys call them around your area, they are so momentum sensitive.
Yes,
and they are. Once you over rev that engine and you hit the grip again, it completely throws your line off. So you have to be on the ball all the time.
Yeah, they don't like to accelerate too fast. So if you drop if your RPMs get too low, you're talking about a really slow bog back up to you know, top speed and higher RPMs out there. So definitely if you over rotate, it's not going to be a fun day for you. You want to, like you're saying, keep that speed through, keep the momentum on the engine, and even if it means driving a little bit slower line than you think is fast, you're actually going to be going a lot faster out on the track. But it looks like we have a caution. Let's go ahead and jump over to a quick Critical Advanced Lures caution report. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like there was a comp caution on the track. Wes, Willie, you want to let us know about that?
Yeah, it looked like Wes. I was over here. I was checking in on the iRacing there, iRacing chat, and looked like Wes just wanted to do. Was talking to the guys about a comp caution here, just to get everybody settled back in. Make sure we got the fans going here or get the fans a great race. Thing I'm worried about, or not worried about, but interested in is we got a completely different racetrack than when we first started this race. So
Yep.
The guys on the outside might have a little bit of trouble getting the grip down, going in the 1. So, you know, this is what I love about dirt racing, man. You can run what do we run, a 30 lap green flag or 32 lap 32 lap green flag run there, and sorry about that.
No, you're fine, man.
We have a completely different racetrack right now.
Yeah.
So it's
night and day.
It's not what these guys are used to. Exactly right.
And
so we'll see what these guys can do. I mean, the guys on the outside might have a better start, or they might not have a better start, because it is slicking off going in the 1 and 1 in the 3.
I think what we're going to see is the inside guy sliding up a little bit more than he's expecting on that restart. So we might see him slide up into the outside if the outside guy is able to keep the speed.
Yeah, I mean, Castelli has been...
He's been on point.
Absolutely, yeah, he has been on rails. You see guys like Wes and McDonald and Dobbs searching around to see where they can find the speed and the grip. So, like we said, these 350 cubic inch motors are all about momentum. I thought the outside line would be quicker right now, but it looks like I don't know what they had the track set on, but the track looks like it has grip, and the bottom groove still got plenty of grip. So we'll see what happens in the next 20 laps here. So
yeah, you know, that's what I was gonna say. I kind of agree with you that, because when I was practicing, I really felt like the outside had a lot of grip. But then again, I was practicing in afternoon conditions. I was not doing a night race, and these guys are out at night right now, and that might be what's causing a little bit of difference.
And I mean, Knoxville's I don't know if anybody's ever been to Knoxville. I've been to Knoxville, Iowa with the sprint cars, and this is probably one of the grippiest racetracks and probably one of the better tracks that holds moisture for all night long. So it's pretty exciting. We see Alan Dobbs and McDonald going there for position. Looks like they got it all sorted out though.
McDonald getting a little loose as Wes got into him. Look at that. The 48 driving the inside line. Dalton Drummond slide jobbing at Alan Dobbs.
I mean, he's got the Scott Bloomquist paint scheme on, so he's like Bloomer there. So that's pretty cool.
He's going for it, man. Dude, he's hit that berm every single time just trying to send it in. Oh, I love it.
Wes looks like he's got to be concerned about Dylan McDonald there. He looks like he's found a little speed there.
Yeah, Dylan was able to reel him back in, but they kind of equaled out on pace. So now that these guys are side by side, I think we're going to see an opportunity open up for Dylan as he's able to draft a tad bit and follow that corner all the way through.
Yeah, the only problem with these guys racing side by side like this is they're letting Castelli get away.
Yo.
I mean, he's already pulled out to a almost a half a second lead. So he's while these guys are battling, he's smooth sailing. He's hitting his marks, doing what he has to. He's comfortable with the car runs. He's
totally
not making any mistakes.
And look at them side by side right now. Wes Fuller, Dylan McDonald.
And Alan Dobbs coming in the picture again for McDonald.
McDonald's a bad entrance on that one. Yeah, that's one thing that's, it's crazy. Like, you don't really think about it, but when you start battling out in the field, you actually slow down a lot. Just because you're looking at the mirror so much, you're trying to wheel the car a little bit more and just, keep your line in place. But when you're by yourself, you don't have to worry about anyone running up on you. All that thought of really having to drive the car and keep it in position goes away, and you start paying attention to, where do I get speed? Where do I lose speed? And you can kind of tailor your lines out in the track. And so looks like Dylan's dropped back a little bit, trying to still run behind Wes Fuller, but Alan Dobbs sliding out in that corner. Looks like he tried to run the outside line and just caught that little bit of that fluff out there and broke loose.
Yeah, I think it goes back to that the rabbit chasing the carrot or the dog chasing the rabbit or whatever analogy you want to go to. when you have that in front of you and that's the only thing you can focus on, but when you're side by side with somebody racing, you obviously don't want to wreck yourself first off, and then you don't want to wreck somebody else. So I think the level of concern goes up, so you kind of back off on that chasing down. So now it looks like Wes broke away from McDonald there a little bit. Wow, what a drive into 3, and it looked like it worked out for him, but again, in the center of the corner, it looked like it bogged off on the 35.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's found a little bit of speed there.
Well, Willie, it is 5 laps to go for these guys.
Wow.
And Willie on the Wes on the inside. Look at that. Wow. Oh no. There we go.
Wow, he saved that. I don't know where he found that speed, but holy.
Do you think he can bring it back in the next 5 laps, though? He's close enough if he can repeat whatever he found that speed. And I think David Castelli making a mistake. Look at this. Dylan McDonald able to get a run.
Oh
no!
Man, holy cow.
Wow.
He wrecked on the front stretch.
Yep, caution should be coming out. Let's go ahead and jump over to a quick caution report and find out what happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on, looks like Wes Fuller and Dave Castelli get into it, and then Alan Dobbs actually, Wes comes down, scoops up Dylan. Alan Dobbs picks up Wes Fuller and catches, looks like Dalton Drummond's in that too. What a bummer.
I believe Wes did like a pirouette on top of Alan Dobbs' car, if I'm not mistaken.
He spun around, I think, a good 360 up there. Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't think this is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
No, but he was going for it. I would definitely give that a 50-50 grind.
It was definitely a combo, I believe.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was a critical hit Bachelor's caution report. Right, he just decided to go for it. All right, looks like we are organizing the field right now, getting everyone back on track. So the lineup for the last run should be, I think, 2 laps to go before we get that green flag. It's going to be David Castelli, Dylan McDonald, Wes Fuller, Dalton Drummonds, Alan Dobbs, Chris Newer, and Jacob Franklin. What a very interesting... Oh, some people hitting the pits.
It looks like Wes and Dalton Drummonds are coming down the line here to get a little service. Looks like Dalton missing the whole front end of his car. So
I think Dalton's looking to wheel out another vehicle out of the trailer.
Oh, yep. He's got the backup car out there. It looks like got the new front end. And
I wish I could afford that. Oh man, could you imagine going to a dirt track and having 3 cars ready to go?
hey man, I don't know when the last dirt race you've been to, but these guys have in real life, the World of Outlaws and the Lucas Oil guys, they have a spare car just ready to go.
That's
every
awesome.
night. So,
Always got to do that.
Yeah.
All
man,
right.
Wow, what perfect timing. I mean, green flag and Wes is back at the end of the field, and so is Dalton. So
2 laps
see what
to
they
go.
can do.
Oh no, David Castelli getting up on the berm. That's gonna affect him on his run. Dylan McDonald on the outside. Look at that.
Got a great run on the outside.
Yes, he does. Can he keep it though? As David has been able to drive that midline all race pretty effectively.
As you know me there, Moose. I mean, you know where I like to run, and Dylan gets into it. Now we got to spin.
Final lap. This is it.
White flag.
Yep, white flag's out. David Castelli up in front. Dylan McDonald riding in second. And it looks like... No way. Alan Dobbs takes third. Looks like we had a couple drivers a lap behind. What a change-up. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, our top 3 finishers, David Castelli, Dylan McDonald, and Dalton Drummonds. Oh, there we go, Dalton. Okay, it did catch the one. Alan was behind Dalton. So its third goes to Dalton Drummonds, who was able to make it through that accident. Let's go to a quick critical hit Bachelor's caution report and see what happened, because I'm pretty curious to see what happened out there. That was insane, right? Was that Wes Fuller that spun?
It was.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, with the replay, Wes Fuller behind Dalton Drummonds and Alan Dobbs. Has a run on Dalton Drummonds. Dalton rotates. Oh, no. Alan Dobbs over-rotates, and Wes sends it into him. Oof. That's a bummer. That was a critical hit Bachelor's caution report.
That was a big oof report.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a bummer. But congratulations to David out there. Same thing with Dylan McDonald and Dalton Drummonds. What a run.
Yeah, man, I really thought the last couple laps there, Dylan looked great on the outside. And
yes, he did.
That's the line I was looking for all night. And like I said, it's so tough to keep these cars wound up. And so...
Look who's driving himself up to the podium. It's fenced off. We're not letting you in there. Is he going to try and make it under the banner? He's looking for it.
I think we should make these guys go over to the scale house and see what happens.
Yeah, right. Oh man, let's get these guys up in the booth and talk to them about the race.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see what these guys all have to say.
All right, let's go ahead and pull down. Let's see. Looks like David Castelli is actually not in the booth. Hopefully he'll pop in, but luckily we're starting with third place, so let's pull down Dalton Drummonds. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently we are not bringing in our third place. His mic is not working, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our second place finisher, the number 38, Dylan McDonald's. Dylan, Yeah, dude, we've been doing it all race. Dylan and Dalton. It's David, Dylan, and Dalton. It's 3 Ds. I can't do that. You mixing me up there, man. But hey, what a great run out there. You did a great job. You drove strong. You had a run on David, but it looks like you just weren't able to bring it to fruition. What happened out there?
Yeah, I had the high side working, and I kept looking to the left, making sure I didn't pinch him down and spin him out. Well, I was going to go for a slide job on him going into 3. I think it was 3, and he kept it to the inside, and I ended up getting into the back of him, and I got back on my brakes that way he didn't spin out, and I wasn't going to take a win that way anyways. So
yeah,
I just tried the move, and hole didn't open up. So got to give it up to David. He ran a hell of a race, and that's a real race right there. That was fun.
Yeah, that was definitely a heater for you guys. Like you said, you kind of hit up the brakes there, didn't want to take them out, which is the smart move. It's a sportsman thing to do, and definitely, it was a lot better on the track because we didn't get as many accidents. That probably definitely would have spun you guys and maybe scooped up a couple of the other drivers.
Oh yeah, especially that one caution with Wes. I believe he got in the back of David and sent him up the track, and I kind of scrambled to figure out where I was going to go. But
yeah,
I ended up tagging Wes and getting in the wall, and I happened to look behind me, and I just seen cars flying everywhere.
Yeah, what you saw is I believe Wes did a perfect pirouette on top of Alan Dobbs' car.
Yeah.
So just a question here from a fellow dirt racer, Dylan. Actually, a couple questions. Number one is, how hard is it to keep these cars wound up here at a big place like this with the limited late model motor? You got a 350 cubic motor. We've been talking about it all night. How hard, or how much is a factor of momentum with these cars?
Oh, it's everything, especially here. I mean, in that long run, I was actually burping the throttle to see if I could keep it on the high side or the low side, and I did that for 3 to 4 laps, and I just seen David and Wes just start pulling away from me, and plus you got to kind of keep the car straighter as well. You get into a really big slide into the corner, and you're losing all your momentum. You're bogging down. It almost feels like the car's out of gas, and you're just putting along. And it's a big change. You really got to keep your pedal to the metal and just hope for the best, honestly, and just keep it straight.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about in the booth, Ben. And my second question is how much did that Busch Light corn paint scheme help with your finish tonight?
Well, it helped a lot. This is actually the second race that I ran it in. I ran it at the Eldora race in the Stand Up to Cancer benefit, and I got 3rd. So I just moved up 1 place, and ever since that race, I've been running a lot of dirt races, and finally found a place where I can be happy with it. So
what you're saying is the next time we see you in this car, you should win.
I plan on it.
I think that's
that's
a good prediction there.
I'll do it for you, Willie, since you love Busch.
I'm drinking one right now, buddy.
Oh man, what a great job out there, Dylan. Do you have anyone you want to shout out and say thank you to?
Shout out to David Castelli. He ran a hell of a race. Same with Wes. Everybody in here, from Alan, and obviously you for broadcasting, Willie, you helping Moose broadcast as well, and thanks to Stand Up for Cancer for letting us do this for him.
You got it, man. Thank you for being out here. Definitely appreciate you out on the track, man, and great job out there.
Yeah, hell of a job, buddy.
Thanks, Willie.
All right, Dalton, is your mic working?
Just letting you know.
I'm here.
There we go.
David's not in Discord. I told him to get in Discord.
Oh, he's here. He's in the booth.
Okay.
Dalton,
His mic's... Yes, sir.
What a run.
Lucked in the 3rd spot.
I know. You had a rough time. You kept catching that berm. Were you just looking for speed on it, or what was going on with that?
Most of the race, get to about lap 30. You could still be on that bottom and make time up.
Yeah.
I made up about 3.5 seconds up on you guys, the leaders, and on that stand on the bottom side till the first caution. After that first caution, it just went away. rubber guy down there, turned to black ice, so had to move up. Yeah, I was just trying to find it down there.
Hey man, and this is Willie here in the booth. So,
Mhm.
all right. So just a question, like where were you more comfortable, and are you more of a bottom side driver, or are you more of a put it up top and let's see what this thing can do?
Usually I'll just rip the lip.
Say, all right, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. That just answered my question right there.
I was always taught if you have balls, you're gonna rip the lip by my dad, my people. So
Sounds like your dad's a pretty smart guy. So I think me and your old man needs to grab a beer together there.
All right.
I wish we could, but sadly he's no longer here.
Sorry to hear that, man.
So hey, it
Sorry about
happens.
that.
So, but yeah, he was really good at ripping the lip.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Now,
I'm also.
No, go ahead,
Go
Will.
ahead, Moose.
No, you got it, man.
I'm also a huge fan of the paint scheme. I mean, you got the bloomer scheme on. You raced aggressive. You got. We were talking about it actually in the broadcast, like how you had the you put it where you probably shouldn't have, and trying to make the positions up. Is Bloomquist like a hero of yours, or are you a fan of Bloomquist, or is that just something you picked off Trading Paints?
No, Bloomquist is a person I actually know. I've known him since I was a kid. My family has, and so he was kind of a role model, you could say. So, he was actually the one to teach me to properly set up a race car, or set it
That's
up
awesome.
That's so
to where
cool.
you can get that left rear up, and you just keep it hiked up, and you can create speed. So he was the one who taught me a lot. Taught me some.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, that's like learning from Smokey Unick or Chad Knaus in the NASCAR world. So that's amazing. That's
sir.
something you'll probably live with the rest of your life. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well, man.
So
awesome finish in third. Definitely could see you getting some more speed if we had a couple more laps out there. Do you have anyone you want to shout out and say thank you to?
Just everyone in here. It's been fun. Wesley, thank you for putting this on. Nice win, David, for tonight. So, but yeah, just everyone here. Had fun. Hopefully, I can do this next month again.
I hope so too, man. It was a lot of fun to have you out here.
Oh, always.
All right.
No offense, Moose, but I hope next month I'm not in the booth and I'm actually racing.
None taken, man. I appreciate it on the track.
I bet, Willie. I bet.
Well, once again, congratulations to your third place finish. Let's go ahead and jump over to our first place finisher. That's going to be David. David, is your mic working?
Yes, sir.
There we go. David Castelli in the booth, the number 5. What a run, dude. You didn't do so well in the qualifying, and you came back up with a passion and led the whole race. That was insane.
Yeah, my car was hooked up pretty good. But once I got it going and levels and everything.
Yeah, no, you were finding some speed out there that I think West maybe queued up on the last 5 to 10 laps. He figured out, but he couldn't close the distance fast enough.
Yeah, it's fun racing with Wes. I hated he wrecked out. I don't know if it was my fault or his.
It was just a racing incident, but still, definitely some good driving between you two.
Definitely fun to watch. You guys were running completely. I mean, I'm not gonna lie here, man. You were on rails. It looked like you found your line, and it worked through the whole 50-lap race. But Wes was behind you, trying to find that little bit of speed on the inside, the outside. How did you approach this? And have you practiced this place before and found where you're more comfortable running, or are you a bottom line racer? Are you a top line racer? Or are you just where you're comfortable?
I mean, it's me right now with the limited late models. It's all about car feels comfortable. The car's getting into the and I'll stick to that one. But like when I'm racing supers or the pros, I try to ride it.
this is such a big racetrack, and these guys, or these cars, I'm sorry, not these guys, but these cars are so momentum based, and it looked like like I said, you were the one person that could run their same line over and over again. I mean, it was crazy. I was hugely impressed by that. Other guys were searching the bottom, searching the top, and you ran your line the whole race. It was honestly great to watch. If you could change one thing on the setup or how the car's handled, what would be the one thing, stagger or bar angle, or what would be the thing you would change?
I'd probably go up a little bit on the gear ratio and J-bolt to give it a little bit more push.
Just get that the old 350 cubic inch motor humming a little bit and give it a little bit more bite off the corner.
Yeah, I definitely could see that funny. Oh, sorry about that.
It was biting really good, but there was times to where I felt it spinning the tires. I knew my momentum was starting to slow down.
Yeah, I can definitely see that out there. Well, man, you did a great job out there. Definitely a great finish. Held it strong. Do you have anyone you want to thank and shout out?
I want to thank Wes for putting it. Give a shout out to Stand Up. Grandma was a breast cancer survivor, and I had an aunt, ovarian, big on.
Well, man, congratulations out there. I appreciate you coming out to racing tonight, and also for running that breast cancer paint scheme. That was super awesome of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for tonight. Willie, thank you for being in the booth with us. Congratulations to David Castelli, Dylan McDonald, and Dalton Dremmons. Once again, you guys put on a hell of a race. Sad to see Alan Dobbs, Wes Fuller, Chris Newer, and Jacob Franklin didn't make the cut. But, hey, it happens. That's racing. Willie, till next time, hopefully we'll see you out on the track.
Yeah, man. Thanks for letting me in the booth. I know it was last minute. Like I said, I missed the damn race by 3 minutes, but hey, it was fun up here watching and commentating with you. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, but hopefully
we'll see you on the track. Exactly. With that being said, thank you for everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. We have a broadcast tomorrow night. That's going to be the Core Premiere Series. Don't forget to tune in and check it out. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later.